Hi. None of the 720,000 people who take their own lives each year, or the millions more who attempt to do so, ever thought this could one day happen to them. The storms of life are going to affect us all, and we do not know how our mind will respond until they arrive. So it's absolutely vital that we prepare for them beforehand. And just as we exercise and eat well to look after our physical health, here are 5 things we can do now to look after our mental health for the long term. They may save our life one day. The first skill to learn is how to use your breath to quieten your own mind. Now, there are many breathing exercises that can help, and pick one that works for you. Do it for 10 minutes a day, and you will gradually learn to create that pause between the trigger and your reaction, allowing your intelligence to jump in and do the right thing in every occasion. The second skill is to learn to zoom out of situations. Whenever there's a crisis, our mind zooms in, and that event becomes 100% of our world. For example, if I failed an exam, my whole life feels like a failure. If there's a pin in my finger, the pain draws my full attention to it, and I can't think of anything else. But by learning to zoom out, I can see the rest of my body is okay, and I can calm down and deal with that problem. Similarly, if I fail an exam or lose a loved one or a job, I can zoom out and see the rest of my life's okay. I might still have many things to be grateful for, like my health, or just my breath and the gift of life. Now, the third skill that can help us deal with challenges is the art of acceptance. Stress is just the difference between how things are and how we want them to be. So if we can accept things as they are, our stress can dissolve. Acceptance dissolves stress. We all need to learn the art of accepting the things we cannot change. Start with small things: the weather, your looks, your family, the opinions and behavior of others, how clean the kitchen is, and how someone's loading the dishwasher. You can then learn to accept the big challenges when they arrive: the loss of loved ones, your job, your health, and so on. Whatever happens, know that you have the inner strength to deal with it and come out the other end. Every storm runs out of rain. The fourth thing all of us can do is strengthen our relationships by investing in them. They are a shelter from the storms of life. We are usually so focused on thinking about ourselves that we often take the people in our life for granted. Ask yourself this every day: how can I be more kind, or listen better, or love others more? And how can I meet the emotional needs of the people in my life? The more you love and care for the people in your life, the more they will nourish your spirit and be there when life gets tough. The fifth and perhaps most important thing we can all do is be curious and learn about our own mind. You will notice that our mind is reactive, and our suffering comes from the automatic way it reacts to challenges. Now, those challenges come from parts of our mind we're usually not aware of, from all our past influences, from our mind comparing all the time, from our need for external validation, from our unmet emotional needs, from our ego, and from our fear. We have little control over our reactions sometimes, and are not aware of these hidden drivers in our thinking that determine how we feel. So, this deeper awareness and understanding of our own mind allows us to question what we think, how we think, and be in charge of how we feel and how we respond to challenges. This puts us in charge of our own life, and we can then deal with the storms of life without going under. Just like we brush our teeth every morning to keep them healthy, we need to keep our mind healthy as well. It could save your life one day. Thank you for listening.